All right. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited to be back with everybody here. So I kind of disappeared for a week. It's because I had COVID. And so when I was doing the Women Leading Rum seminar, it hit me, and then I needed a break. But I'm back, and I'm feeling great. I'm super excited because we're with another great live stream today. Really quickly. Well, welcome to Savvy, and welcome to the TheRumLab channel today. To your right, and I see already some activities. Good to see you guys, some friends here. You have the chat box where you can write all the comments that you want. If you have any questions, make sure to put them down below where it says ask questions by the end. We do ask you if you can share the event if you have a minute or not. And then today's agenda, like always, is going to be around 30-40 minutes talking about our main topic. Then we're going to jump to our contact information, and then we have some Q&A. We'll go to our Q&A. But really quickly, today's main topic is conversation with Brugal Maestro Distiller, Jassil Villanueva. Let me bring Jassil
Villanueva. I will correct you.
Villanueva, no?
Villanueva, exactly. More Latin.
Sorry. Hi, Giselle. Hi, Jassil. Hi, Jassil. How you doing?
Hello. How are you? Good. Thank you for the invitation.
I'm super excited that you're here with us. It's actually I've been trying to track you down for like 2 years already. I was like, and then
I'm so hard to get at. I don't think so. My husband wouldn't say that. So
I feel like between Joselina and I, we felt like stalkers, but we never gave up, and here we are today.
And then you get me here, so
yes.
I hope it's worth it.
It is worth it. Just having such an important person in the industry, a female person such important in the industry, is a blessing for us.
Thank you very much.
I want to share with everybody that so we had Jassil came out today in the TheRumLab, or basically we released it last night as the our guest interview, and I'm going to share it really quickly.
Perfect.
So if you go to TheRumLab.com, you click on the interview, and you'll be able to read all the different interviews that all the questions and answers that we have with Jassil. But actually today we're gonna go through many of the questions, and but here's a quick glance. Let me go here 1 second. All right. So I see from, who is this? Is it Vong from Wurzbach? He says hello.
Hello, Bon.
And then we have John Atkins, Christina Wolf, Tony, Brad, Dave Russell. They're already logged in. As more people are logging in, these are people that have said hello to everyone, or actively already on the chat box, which is great. So, Jassil, let's talk about a little bit about yourself, and then we can talk about the brand. And we have Andres here from the Scotland X Edrington Group.
Hello.
Oh well, okay. You work with such an amazing brand, and everybody loves Brugal. So, tell us a little bit, Jassil, a little bit about yourself. Just a high level, and then we'll jump into the questions. But just an idea, who are you? Of course, we know your name already, Jassil Villanueva.
Exactly. My name is Jassil. I work as a master blender or rum maker in the Brugal. I belong to the 5th generation of the Brugal family, and I'm the first female to achieve be part of the rum maker in the Brugal family. I'm also the first female in the Dominican Republic to be a rum maker or a master blender. So it's one of my biggest achievements, and I'm really proud about it. I study administration. I have a master in strategy, and I basically fell in love of rum and the spirit world since I was little, because I have been involved in the family as I belong, as I mentioned, to the family, to the 5th generation. So in a way or another, I was always be part of the seeing the cast, seeing my dad's working in the company, just seeing the magnificent, beautiful world that is the spirit. So I really fell in love, and when I have the opportunity, I just jump into the rum making industry, and I have been for a couple of years now in Brugal.
So you said fifth generation. So this is does it have is Brugal a last name or not?
Yes, Brugal is a last name. I don't have it because my grandmother is a lady. So I'm descendant from a lady. My grandmother has the last name, but then my dad is second last name, and quite sure I don't have it as part of my sign. A funny questions or a funny story to do is at the beginning when I start in the company as a way to, or when they present me, they used to change me my last name. So they put me Villanueva Brugal instead of my Villanueva Quintana as is my last name. And just for a couple of months, my mostly my uncles received like a couple of from friends like, do you have a sister that is a religion sister and nobody knows about it? Because they were using Brugal as my last name, just a way to try to introduce me into places and just put me into the family. But no, Brugal is a last name. I don't have it because I'm descendant of a lady, but it was really fun at the beginning just to see how my uncles receive a lot of messages just asking if they have a little sister. Nobody knows about it, and it was just hiding up there.
How so how many cousins? Like how's the descendant? Like it started with like one Brugal. Was it one founder or was it like two brothers, three brothers? Then they started the company.
It was one founder. So my great grandfather, it was from Sitges, Spain, and he found in the Dominican Republic just a beautiful spot and the perfect combination to make and create the best rum. So he established here in the Dominican Republic, and he created Brugal in 1888. And then he started working with his son, and the family keep growing. And all the maestros has been part of the family, as is something that you have to gain the expertise, you have to gain the experience, the knowledges, you have to be involved and just earn that right, just be that select group of family members that pass from generation to generation the knowledge, the formulations, and that work. It doesn't matter what are your responsibility inside the organization, you work in that special group that is in charge to keep going with the tradition and the family history.
So how many cousins right now do you have that are in your like level of your generation that are working in the company?
There's a couple. There's a couple of us. They are in different positions: finance, operations, productions, as brand ambassadors in the master blender teams. So we have a couple of us just working in the family in different positions.
Understood.
Working in the company. My bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was mentioned, and you mentioned this in the interview, that one of your uncles or family members recognizes, it could have been your father, that they see that you have like a sensory gift, or you have a gift to like for senses. How did that happen? Were you guys like in a party and then you started like talking and trying to be like educated, and then they're like, oh my god, this is really above and beyond?
So all of them know me from like outside the company and outside the work. And exactly as you mentioned, they start seeing my attitudes, how I behave. But when I was in college, I joined the company for a couple of internships in different areas. So it was in that exact moment that they really like pointed and they say, she really have talent. Let's see how she develops. So I do a couple of internships there. I just go back to college, finish college, and it arrives the opportunity. So they bring me to teach me and to just develop those skills that they have been noticed in, as you mentioned, family parties or just get together that with cousins. So it was really kind of different because you never imagined that something that you do like normal, it will give you the opportunity really to create or to be part of this magical world that is the Brugal Run company.
And then, so you said your great great grandfather was from Egypt.
Exactly, Spain.
And then he moved to Dominican Republic, and
He,
he was looking for. Was he looking to make like the perfect cognac or the perfect brandy, and that was part of his vision, or he already knew he wanted to do rum?
he already knew he wanted to do rum. He has knowledges from sugarcane fields. He used to have at the beginning sugarcane plantation farm. So he was sure what he wanted to do for the future, and he really loved the nature, the creation, be innovate, do something different. So he has clear that he wants to make the best rum possible, and he find it in Dominican Republic just the perfect combination between the weather, the sea that we have here in the north coast as Puerto Plata, and the climate that is really particular. So maybe summer the whole year we have.
Yeah, I like Puerto Plata.
I love to.
And do you currently like so the factory, the distillery, the aging warehouse, everything takes place in Puerto?
No, we have the process divided. So we have three main locations. The first location will be our distillery that is located in San Pedro de Macorís, the east part of the island. Then we have main office, just commercial team and marketing and finance in Santo Domingo. And then that it will be the capital of the country. And then we have in Puerto Plata everything that had to do with production. So we have aging, formulation, bottling, and final product. Everything just come out from the factory that I am at the moment in Puerto Plata, the north of the country.
Okay, so you are right now in Puerto Plata.
Exactly. I love here. I live here, and I love to travel, but I wouldn't change just going out of the company and just see the sea, enjoy this peaceful that you can find here in the city. So I wouldn't change for anything. Even I love to travel, and I really miss it now with the pandemic.
Well, you mentioned in the interview too that there's a key element for rum Brugal that has to do with the water from Puerto Plata, the climate, and which helps a lot for the aging warehouses and part of the fermentation. Can you talk a little bit more in depth? Like, do you guys do like is the part of the fermentation open fermentation for wild yeast, or is it controlled? Tell me a little bit more about like the resources of in the land.
So we use 100. The first key is we use 100% raw material that it will be our molasses, and that's what the distillery used to produce alcohol. So our distillery do a controlled fermentation, and they produce a really specific alcohol for us that it will be one of the clear and pure spirit that you can get, because we want to control that all the characteristics that we get from the product come from the cask. So we do a really high investment on cask, but we also make sure that all the alcohol that we approve that is moved from or transferred from one location to other, from San Pedro de Macorís to Puerto Plata, has the characteristics and the quality that we want to achieve. So for us, it's really important that all the characteristics of the alcohol are the clearest one and specific notes that will give us the perfect aging when we get it here to Puerto Plata and we put it inside a cask. As you mentioned before, for us, the first thing will be that raw material, 100% Dominican, produced into one of the purest and best alcohol that you can get, that spirit, as a base. And then we get it here in Puerto Plata, and we use the water from the mountains to dilute that alcohol and take it to our cask strength, that it will be 65. We produce alcohol at 95, and we put that into the cask at 65. So we use that water that passed through different treatments, so we can get the spirit, the alcohol, hydrated alcohol, as we call it, to put inside the cask. So that combination of the water with the spirit, taking into consideration the climate that we have, los vientos alisios from the sea, combined with just with the climate that we always have high humidity, but at the same time we have heat. So we have start our aging process immediately. We put alcohol inside a cask is part of the blend and part of the secret of the Brugal recipe.
Is the distillery near the ocean or no?
The distillery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Not as close probably as the factory, but yes, is in the border of the country. So you can say it's a couple of miles.
And you mentioned all the sugar cane is locally from Dominican Republic.
Yes. For us, it's really important to support the local market and also support, to support companies as us that believe in the Dominican Republic. So everything that we buy for molasses is 100% Dominican.
That's great. That's great. And then, so my next question is,
Yes.
do you feel pressure in your current role as a woman representing other women?
If you ask me that questions when I start 10 years ago, I will say yes. And that will be my only answer. And I was so panicked about how to deal or how to behave myself that I would just block myself. So yes, at the beginning it was really, really challenging, especially because I was the first female, not only in the DR, but also in the company. And it's a really, really big achievement to be a master blender or to be a run maker inside Brugal family. So I have all the eyes inside of like behind me, and also all the people that trust me and that see my ability, just checking if they were right, and I have to just do it better than they were expected. So it was quite of challenging. Also, I was young, so everybody was expecting, I would say, kind of an old lady. When I get to the tasting, when I get to do presentation, and they say, okay, we are waiting for the Maestra Ronera. And I arrived to the places, and they were like, yeah, we're still waiting. I'm like, hello, I'm here. Exactly, like, look at me, I'm here. But it was kind of funny at the same time, but that gives you more pressure because people were expecting a old person, people were expecting more experience, and you have to prove it to them that you have the knowledges, that you have the passion, that you have what it gets to be there. So yes, at the beginning is quite difficult, is as everything new is more challenging, but every time that I'm getting more comfortable, I really enjoy what I'm doing. Is a wonderful opportunity. I have the opportunity to know a lot of people, but I also have the opportunity to touch a lot of people. I'm able to be part of the middle of the process of aging, formulation, but I also can have access to people to understand what they like, what they don't like, to see how is the product in the market. So for me, that is something special. And even more, representing ladies and other women and have the opportunity, an open path for them, I think is some extraordinary opportunity and an extraordinary position to be at. So I'm really proud right now to be part of that woman leading brands in the spirit industry.
What changes have you seen since this happened in as a company, that that the company's like more open-minded now? They want to, like, hypothetically, before, you had female that were brand ambassadors, and now, or you didn't, and now you do, like, for example, Alexandra, a friend from Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico.
Yeah. And is that something that you open the doors, and is the company feeling like, hey, this is great, this is giving us great results, and we should certainly keep on pushing it?
As a company, we believe in diversity